Hey everyone, welcome to this very special episode of Sakura, Sikhi and Strength. I'm Assis, and today we're wrapping up our first season together. When I first started this podcast, I wanted to create conversations about resilience, identity, and the challenges we face building careers, starting families, and figuring out who we are while life keeps changing around us. What I didn't expect was how much this journey would teach me and help me see the patterns that connect all our experiences of strength and growth. We explored what it means to live between worlds, that multicultural experience of never quite being enough of any one thing, but somehow being all of these things at once. What I used to see as my biggest challenge, this identity that sometimes left me feeling like I didn't fit anywhere, is actually where I found my greatest strengths. The adaptability, the ability to connect across differences, the comfort with uncertainty, these weren't accidents. They were skills developed in those spaces between cultures. Your in-between spaces aren't where you get lost. That's where you learn to navigate complexity and develop emotional intelligence that helps you thrive. One theme that kept emerging was the exhausting work of trying to be everything to everyone. I shared my journey of learning the difference between being nice and being kind, how I spent years trying to keep everyone comfortable instead of being real. But here's what shifted everything. Authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being genuine. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do is set a boundary. When you stop trying to prove your worth and start showing up as yourself, you attract people who already see your value. This then led into something we've all struggled with, being kind to ourselves. I talked about realizing I was holding myself to impossible standards, even in my downtime. Learning to give yourself grace isn't about lowering your standards. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't something you have to earn every day, and it's something you inherently possess. You can make mistakes and still be worthy of love, including your own. We also explore the difference between being smart and being wise. Intelligence is important, but wisdom is knowing what to do with that intelligence and understanding context and thinking about how your choices align with your values. I reflected on building a business while raising young children, how I thought I was making the wise choice by doing everything myself, when investing in proper support might have been better for everyone in the long run. Sometimes the choices that seem right in the moment aren't the ones that serve everyone best over time. And that's okay. We make decisions with the information we have. My conversation with my maternal grandma, Nanima, reminded me where so much of strength comes from. She has incredible clarity about what matters. What struck me most was her philosophy about impermanence, teaching her children to look at the changing seasons and understand that whether you're going through good times or difficult ones, they won't last forever. This understanding is exactly what Sakura represents. Those cherry blossoms that bloom beautifully and then let go. Hold your identity and stay strong in your beliefs. Don't let anybody browbeat you. That's the legacy she wants to leave. All of that foundation prepared me for sharing the most personal part of my story, my journey with multiple sclerosis. For almost 15 years, I kept this private because I wanted to define myself on my own terms first. Living with uncertainty taught me you can't always control what happens, but you can control how you show up. Here's what I hope resonates. Your challenges don't disqualify you from strength. They're often where you discover it. Whether it's navigating multiple cultures, setting boundaries, forgiving yourself for mistakes, making tough decisions, or managing unexpected changes, these aren't obstacles to overcome and forget. They're experiences that shape your wisdom and resilience. When you start showing up authentically, you don't just change your own life, you give other people permission to do the same. There's this concept called Glimmers, those small moments that bring you joy and remind you why you keep going. When you're going through difficult periods, sometimes you can't see these positive moments at all. But as you heal and shift your mindset, they start to appear more often. I think there's energy around us all the time, both positive and negative, and we attract what we also put out there. When you're stuck in negativity, it's like having static on the radio. But when you open yourself up to possibility, you become available to receive moments of connection and joy that were there probably all along. The glimmers are always there, but you need to be in the right frequency to receive them. And building strength isn't just about getting through the hard stuff. It's about training yourself to notice these moments of light and recognizing that your mindset plays a huge role in how often you can access them. My glimmers this season? Hearing from listeners who felt less alone, the support I've received sharing vulnerable parts of my story, the realization that I can help create conversations I wish I'd known when I was younger. Thank you for sharing these episodes, for the messages you've sent. Building this community of people committed to growing stronger together has been the most unexpected gifts. To all my guests this season, thank you for trusting me with your stories and insights. Arthi, for sharing our journey from Kobe to New York and the unique bond of growing up as second-generation immigrants. Ruth Van Rieken, for your groundbreaking research that helps us understand the third culture experience. Maureen and Anik, for showing what enduring friendships across cultures and decades look like. Antoinette, for your wisdom about helping young people navigate identity and belonging. Gia, for your young perspective on growing up between worlds. Inderpreet, for exploring how our Sikh faith teaches us about strength and resilience. My Nanima, for sharing years of wisdom and showing us what true resilience looks like. And Dr. Krieger, for walking alongside me through my health journey with such compassion and expertise. You've all enriched this conversation beyond what I could have imagined. And to my family, my parents, siblings, and grandparents, who gave me that foundation of love and confidence, that's what's carried me through everything. My husband, who's walked alongside me through all of this. My children, who inspire me to keep growing. You are the reason I have any strength to share. I've already been thinking about whether or not I'm going to do a season 2, and I would love to hear what resonates with you. You can reach me at hello@sakurasikhistrength.com or find me on TikTok and Instagram at sakurasikhistrength. If this season has meant something to you, please rate and review the podcast. Remember, strength isn't about having all the answers or never struggling. It's about showing up authentically, giving yourself grace, and trusting that you can handle whatever comes next. The cherry blossoms bloom. They're beautiful for a moment, and then they let go to make space for what comes next. Every ending makes space for a new beginning. So thank you. Thank you for being part of this journey. Lots of love.